So let me start my presentation. I'm Masashi of National Institute of Informatics in Japan. My presentation is about a strategy of how to use the checklist data. But the checklist survey has not been conducted yet. So this strategy can be implemented after conducting the checklist survey. So after conducting the checklist survey, data of many institutions about IR operations will be available. For instance, we will be able to obtain data about an operation relating to metadata management from a question in the checklist, such as, do you keep track of the metadata versions? So what we need to do after obtaining data from the checklist is identifying operations that have an impact on IR utilization. It is because once those operations are identified, it will be able to improve IR utilization, which is the main purpose of having IR by spreading them among the IR community. So the objective of the presentation is identifying operations that have an impact on IR utilization. So in other words, the objective is calculating each operation's impact on IR utilization. So image of the objective can be drawn like this. Each operation A to X has its own impact on IR utilization. And IR utilization can be measured by the number of IR contents. So once each operation's impact is calculated, it is visualized as a graph. So you can tell which operations which operation's impact is bigger by checking the graph. But to calculate each operation's impact, we need a research design of how to do it. So let me talk about research design. To calculate each operation's impact, table type data is necessary. So first, we need to construct a table based on the responses to the checklist. But we don't have any responses because the checklist survey has not been conducted yet. So these tables are just images. The first table shows the number of institutions that conducted the checklist is Y. And the number of questions asked in the checklist is X. Data about utilization is not obtained from the current checklist, so we should add questions about utilization to the checklist. For instance, we can add questions such as how many journal articles do you have in your IR? The second table is the same as the first table, but the value changed to numbers. Yes, in the first table is changed to 1 in the second table, and no is changed to 0. So after data construction, we can move to model construction. First, we should select an algorithm, and then a model is generated based on the selected algorithm and constructed table type data. And finally, each operation's impact is calculated by the generated model. Now we know how to calculate operations impact. So in this section, I will show you what exactly we can get by using artificial data. First, I selected random forest as an algorithm and got this graph as a result. The horizontal axis means the operations impact on IR utilization. So what this graph shows is operation F and G have bigger impacts on IR utilization. In addition to random forest, I use XGBoost. The horizontal axis also means the operations impact on IR utilization. In this case, it turned out operation B and E don't have any impacts. But other than that, it looks like a random forest result, which showed operation F and G have bigger impacts. So from these two results of random forest and XGBoost, we can say it is possible to improve IR utilization by spreading operation F and G among the IR community. Finally, let me summarize my presentation. So the checklist we made can be used to identify operations that have an impact on IR utilization. Each operation's impact can be calculated through data construction and model construction. Once each operation's impact is calculated, it will be able to improve IR utilization by spreading them among the IR community. That's all from me. Thanks for listening.